Hello, my name is Sean Sands, back with more Kerbal Space Program. It's time to go to Duna. We're a minute late. Oh my god. No, it's fine. Yeah, so depending on how this goes, depending on how long it takes to get from Kerbin to Duna, we may, in between that, actually go get Valentina and bring her back from Eve, or at least make an attempt to bring her back from Eve. I don't know if Valentina survives. I don't know. I'm excited to find out. It seems like she should be fine, but who knows? So we're gonna, we built a kind of a beast of a rocket last time, with the hopes that we would be able to traverse that. The Tuna the Explorer costs $500,000 space bucks. But that's fine because we're rich, right? I mean, like, we can do that. Let's check the staging. Like, we're probably going to get about 15 inches off the ground on that first stage and then go from there. But yeah, that all looks right-ish. It'll be exciting to see how it steers, if it steers. I'm eager to see how this goes, but let's try to go to Duna and see how that goes. We have almost 10,000 Delta V, so there's no way we'll get there. We'll be fine. Let's launch this thing. Yeah, to Duna. So we've been to Duna before, of course. I feel like I'm coming in super hot and loud there. Throttle up in 3, 2, 1. All right. Well, she's going vertical. That's like 80% of the 80% of that's 80% of the trip. We basically have already achieved more than I kind of was super confident about. So, good start. Strong start. That liquid fuel is going fast. And we get about 2,000 feet before our first stage is gone. Or meters. 2,000 meters. So a couple of kilometers up. Good. Stage 1 detached, nice and smooth. Everything feels comfortable. Bring her down a little more. Up to 5,300. Actually, we're probably going a little too fast. Not too fast. That's not right. But we do need to really begin to get this over a bit. And stage 2 is out and away. Got a good clean separation. Burning through those stages. Apoap's up around 13K right now. And we are on our way. Still a lot of fuel in the tank. Let's not roll it over too much there, you beast. Come on, bring it back a bit. Want to get a little bit of height on it. Height. Not height. Apoap's approaching 20K. I'd love to get that up around 40K before we really start flipping her sideways, but we'll do what we can. About halfway through this stage. Accelerating smoothly. Apoap's coming up on 30K. Good. Now this is a monster. Can we detach that fairing? It's probably a little soon. It's probably fine, actually. Deploy the fairing. in 3, 2, 1. First try. Here we go. To Duna. All right. That's too soon to detach fairing. Just let me make a note of it over here. Don't detach fairing at 30K. Got it. All right. First stage, getting us up around 2 kilometers. Good job, first stage. You did it. Gonna bring her over a little more slowly than I did last time. I feel like I kind of choked up on it a little too soon. I don't know if that's the right phrase, but you know what I mean. Good. Second stage detach coming up around the 10-kilometer mark or sooner. And there it goes. Okay, well, that wasn't as smooth as before, but we do not seem to have lost anything that time, at least. All right. That was our one hiccup. Even Bill's fine. Well, Bill was kind of... Bill, are you okay? Like, Bill, you're going through a lot of emotions there. Not Jeb. Jeb loves everything. Bill's kind of up and down. He's like, yeah, oh, God. No, Bill, you're fine. Relax. Everything's going to be great. We're not going to open the fairing till like 40K. You'll be fine. Maybe even later. I don't know. That was a lesson learned. We do want to set that over here so we can deploy it when we want. And we'll start to roll over now as we hit the 36K on the Apoaps. Feels like a smoother ride up this time anyway. Apoaps now at 48,000. Coming up on the end of our main launch stage. It's got to be safe now, right? Right? Well, we'll do it now while we're not moving. Okay, good. Detach and burn. All right. Got a good chunk of fuel in this one. That said, we are not accelerating the way I want. We may actually have to redo this because we do not have the height that I think we're going to need. I pulled it over too soon, I do believe. No, hard to say. Kind of tilted up like this. The Apoaps is, if anything, about even. But this is a much lighter stage as far as the amount of thrust we have behind. Just flatly the amount of thrust we have. But we'll see. Let's see. Maybe we can squeak this out. Yeah, we've got the Apoaps just about even with us, so we should be fine. Like, it's just not going that much more. In fact, I mean, we're not catching up to it at this point. So let's bring this down a little bit. Apoaps now approaching 60K. We're still in the atmosphere, so I mean, we're not getting the total efficiency that we could. If anything, we got to get this pointed up and out of the atmosphere. $63K. Come on. Get out of there. I'm going to stop it at about 75K at a minimum, or at a maximum. All right, we are out of the atmosphere. 2 minutes out from our apoapse, 75. That's good. And we shouldn't have almost anything left that we'll need to burn. Put it on the prograde, please, Jeb. All right, so this stage still has 4,000 delta V in it. Well, not 4,000, 3,300. I saw the 9. I thought it was 39.6 or something like that. It's not, it's 3,300, but that should be plenty to do most of the work that's left to do. So let's get to our apoapse. And we are in space, out of the atmosphere safely. We'll go ahead and pull this out. Right. Start burning around 15 seconds. We got a very little delta V we still need to work with. All right, we will. And we'll go ahead and burn. Oh, we can even. Right on the apoapse now. 30, 40, 50, 60, 75. All right, good. That works. We've achieved orbit with about 6,500 delta V in the tank, roughly. Now we need to go ahead and plot our course for Duna. Turn off RCS and SAS for now. Set Duna as our target. The interesting thing is, while we're chasing Duna, Valentina is going to be chasing Kerbal. All right, so talk to me about how does we line up pretty well with Duna, right? I mean, we don't have a really visible node here. This way, which way is prograde? All right, so that's prograde, roughly right there, which means we want to begin our burn. Assume this is prograde, so we want to begin our burn somewhere around here. Okay. Whoa! And we've already got a pretty good separation there. No, in fact. 130, 120, 110. This is 50. Oop. And we got a 42 million periaps. Okay, right about there. We can do a maneuver once we're out in the deep dark of space, but good, we can swing her around. We should go ahead and deploy our panels. Can you deploy your panel, please? Do we not have any energy? Why won't that deploy? Plenty of electric charge. That one works. Broken. Why is it broken? Can I fix it? Okay, can I get out? How long? I've got 26 minutes till... Bill, can you fix that? I don't even know if he can. It's a great time to find out. All right. Bill, we've got a broken part out here. You are an engineer. Please tell me you can fix this. Does not seem like you can fix it. How did it break? It must have gotten hit by the fairing. All right, so we have one broken part, but we do have other... I mean, we have other chargers, so, I mean, I think we'll keep going and not worry about it. So maybe you can fix, like, later after... I assume you can also... I hope you can repack a... You can repack a what do you call those things that stop you in the air? Yes, a parachute. That is correct. I assume you can. Now would be a good time. I'm going to do a quick save and we'll deploy this chute. Oh, disarm. It's not actually going to come out. Okay. All right. Forget it. I guess Bill can't fix that. All right. It's going to be real exciting if he can't reload those pairs. He's got to be able to. I have to go double check this. I cannot. Engineer repack parachute. Engineers can repair broken parts. They can repack parachutes at level 1. So he does have that. Okay. And repair wheels and lander legs later. Okay. But he is level 1. Right? Yeah. You're level 1. You're level 1. Oh, it says right here. Effects provides repack parachutes, increased resource drill, repair failures. Oh, you got logs. I didn't know that. Planted flag on Minmus. You've done a bunch of stuff. All right. Meanwhile, we should talk about our burn to... We should be fine. Like, that should be more than enough to recharge. Maybe not more than enough, but at least enough. And it also has these side panels, right? Or is that... No, we didn't put side panels on it. I was thinking we did, but we didn't. And we really only need this mainly to get out to Duna. And then honestly, what we will probably do is we will reconnect with this, assuming if this is still out there, and we still have fuel in any of these stages, then we will redock around Duna, and we will transfer the fuel into this and leave this at Duna. And then send this back on its own. Obviously. That seems kind of obvious. I don't know. I mean, we're still in this stage, and this was the stage that was supposed to burn us to Duna. And we still got a ton of fuel in this stage, so feeling good about it, all things considered. All right. We'll burn most of this stage here, right? I don't know. I think so. Anyway, let's get to the node. 21 minutes. It's going to be a 2-minute burn, which is fine. And we'll start burning around, what is that, 45 seconds? No, about a minute. We'll start burning around a minute. So let's swing this back on point. Lots of monopropellant still. Just make sure we're not going into the planet. We are not. Learned my lesson that one time. And 3, 2, 1. Let's do a quick save while that's burning. All right. On our way to Duna. So, depending on how long the trip to Duna takes, I think we'll want to check that fairly quickly. I mean, I know we're going to want to get part of the way there and do an adjustment burn to really get a little closer to where we want to be with Duna. And then we'll have to make a decision about Valentina and Eve. I don't know. Do we get to Duna first, and then we go do Valentina? I don't know. I forget how long the trip to Duna takes, but it feels like it takes like at least 100 days. That's what it feels like. But we'll find out. Burn's going well. About halfway done. We'll cut the burn with about 50 meters per second left, so that we can kind of dial it in softly. Get right on, a nice... get it as close as we can here, knowing that we'll have to make an adjustment later. Kind got the main crew, man. This is we gotta get these guys back. We have a responsibility. Like Jeb's famous. He was on Jimmy Kimmel last week. No, I have no idea. Jimmy Kerbal, pardon me, not Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Kerbal. There we go. Let's go ahead and burn down to about 20 or so, maybe 15. Want to make sure I keep it relatively close here. And now we're going to very gently dial it in as best we can. Hey, there's some space junk over here. It's getting Neptune 1 debris. We're flying with... Look at all this debris. I've made a mess up here. Okay. Finish that burn. All right, that's going to have to do. Turn on SAS, turn off RCS. And do we still have... Yeah, we do have an encounter, so that's good. No, we're close. Close to an encounter. All right. So how long are we looking? That's 88 days. Yeah, so we're definitely going to have to go get Valentina next. So let's do a quick save and make sure and see how long we have till our... maybe we'll make the maneuver at the node. Space Center. We have 108 days till we have to go get Valentina. So let's get out to the node. Do the Explorer. Go fly that. And how long is it to the node? It's 52 days. Okay, we can warp to 52 days. Maintaining our electric charge, fine. We have a mission here to try and put a satellite in orbit. That's this one, the Sentinel Infrared Telescope. All right. We want to make a maneuver. Okay, here we go. Where are we coming in? Periaps at 40 million. Looks like we're coming in under the planet. Yeah. We got a pretty good line on it. Still coming in pretty much under it. There we go. What is Duna atmosphere? This does seem like an opportunity to try some aerobraking. So it starts around 50K. It's not very thick. We could probably come down to about 40K and do some aerobraking, I'm assuming. In fact, I'm reading this. It's saying we can even get down to like 20K, which seems a little bold, but let's try it. We can always save when we get there. And all right, hopefully that's not crazy. It's fine. If it is, we'll do a save and then we'll bump it out if we need to. Turn SAS and RCS back on. Electric charge is holding decently enough. Another 63 meters per second of burn. Okay. And we're not going to wait for that node. There's no reason to. All right. Adjusting our... It's a pretty soft little burn. We can kick it up a little bit. We don't want to overshoot it all, for sure. Tiny corrections make a huge difference at these kinds of distances. At this distance, even a little RCS boost can potentially make a difference. All right, let's see. What does that give us? Periaps of 866. Can we bring that down a little bit? Now we're not happy about that here. Want to get that back to where it was not coming in over the top of the planet. This is all the RCS doing it too. That's the amazing. I haven't even hit the thing yet, just trying to turn the ship. So we're technically just kind of making these little RCS maneuvers. All right, we're just going to set that there, and then we can finish it off when we actually get to Duna. All right, we have our Duna encounter, and that is still another 118 days away. We'll do a save, and we'll go to the Space Center. Let's make sure we got everything good with our ship. It's just sort of spinning out there, and that's fine for now. It kind of stinks that got broken. We have panels there. Did we not put any other panels on? I guess we really didn't have anywhere we could have put them, honestly. All right. Back to the Space Center. So 56 days till Valentina. Doing a quick save. Duna in progress. And let's dash ahead to... Oof. Here we go. Flashy lights. That one could go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Eve to Kerbal, clock ticking down. All right, that's fine. That's close enough. Let's just check our Duna mission. Still good. Yep, still a good ways out. So that brings us back to... What is this? We don't need to see the flags. The flags are fun, but they're not necessary. The Juno DX. All right. So I don't have a super great orbit here. How much? We have 4,000 delta V. We are in fine shape. Ideally, as I see it, where's prograde for us? So we want to set Kerbal as the target. Now, as I understand it, now the big question I have is, do I have to circularize this orbit first? It's probably fine. I have 4,000 delta V. There's no reason not to, I don't think. So why don't we turn this retrograde and go to the periaps. I feel like that's probably going to be the smarter move, is to go ahead and have this lined up correctly. We'll warp there. You can go faster than that. Oh, the alarm. Right. Warp there. Good. And we are a minute from our periaps. And we want to bring that down to about at least 600,000. So lots of gas in the tank. Nuclear engines, right? Yeah. So kind of a sneak preview of what we'll be working with out at Duna. Not a ton of thrust, but a lot of efficiency. And the interesting thing is also we're going to have to mess with our inclination. Definitely have to mess with our inclination. So again, all the better reason to have a nice circular orbit so that we can flatten that a little better. Come on. Come on. 2 million. Timed it right, though. Took about a minute. I suspected it might. Right on the periaps now. So this is that efficient burn, supposedly, right? There's the... do half of it on this side and half of it on this side. That's how it's supposed to go. Feels ridiculous to be spending Delta V here in Eve, getting a better orbit, but again, I think it is the right thing to do. I also think that's one of the reasons we had such difficulty with our probe. Again, I still have that video. It's just where I just banged my head against Eve's atmosphere for too long. Just too long. Oof. Oh, that's right, because of course we changed our orbital inclination to make our interaction with Gilly. All right, I think that's probably good. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So we do need... yeah, we're going to need to here create a maneuver to try and get something that looks a little more like Kerbin's orbit. 660, 619. That's actually better than it was. And that's, yeah, its orbit is just kind of weird. Eve's, I mean. It's just kind of a little bit askew, but this should be fine. Got to spend another 487 Delta V. Glad we brought the gas. 10, so we'll need another minute of burn. Start around 45 seconds, or now. Oh, so sloppy. The ejection burn, as I'm reading it, needs to be about 1,300. So that will put us, I mean, we should still have, what, 1,600 in the tank to, by the time we actually get to Kerbin, to slow down enough, hopefully. Oops. There we go. I need stability assist. There we go. Oh, yeah, maneuver. That's right, because Valentina is a pro. All right, that's got to be good enough. All right, fine, fine, fine. Now, as I see it, we need to be kind of right on, just a little off, actually, right about here. And then we burn out at about 1300. Okay, and that gets us in the ballpark. 15, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13. Okay. Going to be dialing this in for a little bit, I fear. 900. 800. Oops, lost it. Come back. Where did you go? Oh, here we go. Okay. 650. 500. 400. Okay, so what we'll need to do then is kind of tilt it up a bit, right? This is way more than I thought, like delta V wise. Sorry, I'm not. This is not super interesting to listen to, I realize, but I'm trying to figure out how to dial this thing in correctly. What I probably need to do is, because I feel like I'm not. It's the problem that I'm coming in above it. Yeah, let's look at this. Hmm. Yeah, now we're talking about 1800 delta V. Not efficient. Again, I have. That would still leave me lots, but. Am I just coming at it at the wrong place? What I probably just need to do is get out to like here and try and dial it in on an approach. 1774 is about 400 more than I needed to do. Because we gotta go up. increasing it. I don't want to keep increasing it. $17.91. No, that's worse. And then it's gone. Like, why didn't it keep track of it? You go from having... it's fine. That seems dumb to me. We're going to burn this and figure that we can correct it on the rest of the way. I feel like actually what we need to do is maybe look at it more over here. Because this is kind of ridiculous. Get this back to more reasonable, like 1,500. Because this isn't that much worse, honestly. Spend 1,500 and get this close, and then figure maybe we can make an adjustment out here for cheaper. So at our closest approach, which is over here, we're still going to be well below it. We're going to get to here when Kerbal is... So Kerbal's still behind us, which means we're going a little too fast, right? Because if Kerbal's still behind us, then we actually want to go slower, don't we? Don't we? Because it doesn't seem like that's working out in our favor very much. All right, I think I'm going to end this episode here. I will probably do this burn. Spend the 1,600 Delta V. I may just, one thing we haven't messed with is actually our angle of when we're leaving the atmosphere. Or not the atmosphere, where we're conducting our... Does that help? Oh yeah, this gets us much closer. If we're more back here... Periaps is still well outside of Eve's. Yeah, okay. Anyway, as always, my name is Sean Sands. I'll probably do this burn because it's still like a 4-minute burn, and you don't need to sit there. I mean, you've sat here with radio silence from me as I fiddle with knobs for long enough. I'll do that burn, and then we'll probably need to switch back to our Duna mission. We'll complete that. That's what the next episode is going to be. The next episode is going to be Duna, and then we're going to figure out how to get Valentina home, and then we'll figure out how to get the Duna crew home, and then we'll go from there. So as always, my name is Sean Sands. Thank you for joining me for Kerbal Space Program. We'll see you again real soon.